How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about Kohaku from Dr.Stone. Now, I don't know if I've released this by now. I probably released it in a different order because I was getting used to this mic and I had it in a different position and it kind of covered my face. So I might release that video last. It's about Ryusei. I don't know if I pronounced that name right. So this might be the first one, or maybe the one on Senku will be the first one. I don't know. But we're going to discuss characters from Dr. Stone in 2021 and how they impacted the plot and also the main themes of the story. And why I love these characters, because I feel like I thought about talking about Dr. Stone on its own, but I was like, it's better to talk about individual characters because I can delve into more detail without having to worry about the length of the video too much. I could do an overall overview once I finish talking about the characters I cared about, and we can talk about the overall plot and that type of stuff. If I did release the Ryusei video by now, you know what my opinions are on Ryusei. He's one of my favorite characters in the series. But another one of my favorite characters for, I'd say different reasons, but I don't know really. I can't really explain if it was a different reason or what, but I love Kohaku as a character and as how she's portrayed and what she does. She's a very important character to me in the sense she is that, you wouldn't say outsider, but she is our view into the survivor's eyes, in a sense, right? Of this stone world. She is part of the people who were bred from the survivors. So she is kind of the stone, like the stone woman? How would you call it? Like, cave woman. She's like the cave woman type character at the start. Not exactly, obviously. They're more developed than that at that point in time. But it's kind of that same aura to it, you know what I mean? As like cavemen and stuff. And we see her qualities of that. She's a very survival heavy character. She's very, very good at combat. She's very keen-eyed and all that type of jazz. Very fit for survival. And the first interactions we have with her is very funny in a way, because it's all playing up that side of things. But we eventually learn like the depths of her character and her need for Senku science and to help her sister, for example. But we also delve into depths of Kohaku's character in a way that endears you to her immediately, because she doesn't 100% believe in the science. But through being around Senku for long enough, she understands and trusts the man and believes he can save her sister. And the way it's done, I don't know if you remember that panel in the manga, because I saw it in the anime, but I didn't see it in the manga until I reread it. That scene where Senku finally cures Rui is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's so well drawn, and I really love it. And the fact that he wouldn't have been able to do it if Kohaku didn't trust him and stop her father from attacking him, you know, it really shows the main thing they're trying to portray with her character is survival, humanity's survival. She is our eyes, as I said, into the prehistoric world in that sense. She is seeing everything, all of humanity's advancements for the first time. She is the unbiased eyes towards science and towards humanity, right? She is supposed to be that unbiased viewpoint. Because every other character in this series has either had negative experiences or had positive experiences and never seen it built from the ground up. Whereas she's seeing everything from everyone's perspective. So she is the unbiased, or at least the middleman in a sense, in this series to kind of, what would you say, kind of be not the moral arbiter, because she doesn't like discuss this type of stuff. She is obviously very clearly on Senku's side, but she is our eyes into the just pure facts of the inventions made, the negatives and positives. And you see that through her final deduction of humanity this year, with her saying, and I'll get it up right now, because it's one of my favorite panels of the year. I'm not even going to lie. It's probably definitely one of my favorite panels of the year, maybe even my favorite. Where she, after everything she's been through, and after everything she's experienced, her thoughts on humanity is, humanity managed to survive off the resources of Earth and accumulate knowledge over a few 100,000 years. The way I see it, that's a lot more awe-inspiring. And it's true, right? Because the whole message of Dr. Stone is very clear at the end of the day. It's that no matter how bad humanity is, there's negatives and positives to everything we develop, and you can be used in negative ways and used in positive ways. The fact that we're able to advance to improve people's lives so much is an awe-inspiring thing. And I feel like that's why I love Dr. Stone, because everything these days is very, very negative and very kind of, again, we're kind of going against technology in a reasonable way. Obviously, you don't want to go too far and make killer AI and all that shit. But there's technology has helped so many people, me included. Advancements in technology have advanced medical science and it helped people come up with new surgeries, helped people come up with things like splints. I have them right here, actually. If we didn't have scientific advancement and medical advancement, these are I wouldn't be able to walk on my feet without these. They're simple. They look simple. They're very simple. But they do so much. They do so much to improve my life and allow me to walk and move. And the surgeries I've had allow me to do so much. And I always see this negative connotation about technology and about humans in general. But there was something to be said about the amazement of how we've advanced and improved so many people's lives, including my own. And I appreciate that we, through the character of Kohaku, we're showing the positive sides and the positive effects it has on her, not only her own life, but the life of her village mates and her sister. You know? And the only thing I wish this series did was have a disabled character that they could explore that with. But, you know, they do it in different ways, which I really appreciate. And that's why Kohaku's amazing, because throughout this series, although it focuses less and less on her amazement through the science, we do see her survival instinct kind of pop up more and more, with her doing more espionage missions in one of the arcs and then becoming more of a fighter again, equal to Tsukasa and Hyoga in the later arcs, even directly mentioned by Tsukasa in the latest arc when they decide to bring her to space. And space brings back that amazement once again that we saw both at the start of this year and in the earlier parts of the arc, where she's amazed. Like, her reaction to space is amazing. And once again, this, to me, shows again, like, as the unbiased, as her view of as the unbiased character, because she hasn't had an experience with this before, and is just seeing it for the first time. It is amazing, right? Because us being so many times removed from this event in our world with people going to space, don't understand the true weight of that, right? We never have, really, have we? And I don't think we ever can. You know what I mean? Because we haven't experienced that. That's why you have people still thinking it's fake to this day. Now, I'm not going to say that's not true or not, because it's not really something that could matter either way. Like, to me, to be honest, I believe it's real, but that doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that realistically, you got to realize how much of an amazing feat that is. So to see that be treated with the same gravitas that it deserves through this character was amazing to see. And such a strong-willed character and a very intelligent character too. She's not a very dumb-witted character, so all the time she reacts over the top when it comes to technology, you can see it makes sense, because she is very about her wits and she's quite intelligent. It's not like that Copper or Jin even, although Jin is quite intelligent himself. So it works to show through the unbiased view of a more primitive human in a sense. Again, as I'm going to repeat many times in this video series, the greatness of humanity and its advancements. Obviously, as I said at the start of the video, there are obviously negatives that come with weapons and all this type of stuff. And I might actually, and diseases and just general being a dickhead by using technology and stuff like that. And obviously that is a serious issue, which is tackled more so. I'm going to tackle more so in Senku's video, because I feel like Dr. Xenon is something I can touch on. Tsukasa, although I don't really have much to say about Tsukasa. He was going to let go after a while, after his Stone War fight. But I can get into that as well at some point. But Kohaku's an amazing character, not to mention, I didn't want to bring this up in her discussion of her actual character and how good of a character she is, but it is cool to see an absolute badass female character be like probably the strongest in the series. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool to see. She's an absolute badass from day one. And she's not, there's not really fan service as well, which is really appreciated, really keeps her on the level, like, really respected, which I feel like you need for a character that's going to be this integral to the plot. She is respected by the author in a way that's very happy to see, you know? Not saying fan service is bad, but when fan service is overdone, it kind of brings down that character's perception in your eyes, I'd say. You know what I mean? Like, she's drawn really well. I'm just saying, she doesn't have any fan service, which is great because it keeps her on the same level of kind of in the mindset of the readers that Senku, Xenon, and all those other characters are playstyle. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I don't know what you think of fan service. I could make an entire video on that, but I don't really want to be honest. But she's just an amazing character and really shows not only the as I'm gonna say again, the true greatness of humanity, but also our will to survive. You know what I mean? And it's an amazing. I love how they depict the character traits of humanity through their different characters. I must say, once again, it's a great series. But before we end this, make sure you like and subscribe if you want more content like this. And I'll see you all later. But before we go, I wanted to say, in case I release this video first, thanks Bob Duncan for the on-air sign. It's really cool, actually. I had to put it on backwards so you could see it properly in the camera. But it's really cool. I like it. It makes me feel real professional. It's really cool. Thanks a lot, man. I don't even know if you watched the whole thing, to be honest, because you don't read this series. But if you did, thanks a lot, bro. I really appreciate it. Go check out Bob Duncan's Twitter. I'll leave a link in the description. Cool dude. Smash player. But with all that being said, I'll see you all next time, yeah? Cheers. This is empty. Not really a good ending there, but it's kind of empty, but cheers anyway, right?